purpose of my speech today is to outline just a few good things to know while preparing for a job interview. As college students, we enter college with a couple goals in mind. We want to find a job. We want to find a job that will give us a better financial future, and we just want to get an education. In order to get these jobs, we have to interview. And it's becoming more important every day to ace your interview because less companies are hiring. As of last year, according to an article in USA Today, only 44% of U.S. employers were hiring recent college graduates. And another statistic that emphasizes the importance of an interview would be, according to the Examiner, last year only 20.7% of college students graduated with a job interview. So with employment rates down, you really need to take advantage of every opportunity that you get. You really need to prepare for your interview. The first step in this preparation is self-assessment. You've gotten the job interview, so you had a good resume. You need to know this resume forwards and backwards. You need to know your skills. You need to know your job experiences. You need to know every facet of your resume. You need to know how your past work experience relates to the job you're interviewing. And a couple of questions that can be found in the career planning guide that NMSU Career Services offers are: how does your past work experience relate to the position you're interviewing for? What are your strengths and weaknesses? An employer wants to know what your strengths are, but they also want to know that you can evaluate yourself and know what you need to improve on. And you also need to know why the company should want to hire you. The next step in your preparation should be employer research. Why do you want to work for this company? You need to know their vision, their history, their culture, and how they measure success. It's important to do this because if you want to work for a company, you need to know that their values match your values. According to it's also important to know where the company is today, where it came from, how it got there, and where it wants to be in the future. This was found in a financial executive journal, and it's really important to remember those 4 things when researching a company. The best way to research a company is just to use the internet. Most companies have their own website, and you can usually find articles about these companies as well. The next important thing about an interview is the first impression. When you go into an interview, you really want to go in there with a smile, and I've always been told that a firm handshake can go a really long way. A few tips for men when they are dressing for an interview would be to wear a dark-colored two-piece suit, a tie with a simple pattern, and make sure you have polished shoes and wear dark-colored socks. The reason not to wear a bright-colored tie is because they can be kind of distracting while you're interviewing. For women, also wear a dark-colored suit. If you wear a skirt, make sure this is knee-length, and also wear a tailored blouse in a neutral color. An interview is really not the place to show your personal style, but conservatism can be a much safer alternative. The next thing about an interview would be what you can expect in your interview and what to do after your interview. There are several questions that most employers ask, and this is also outlined in the career planning guide that NMSU's Career Services offers. Some of these questions they'll ask would be to tell a little bit about yourself. And they might ask you why you chose your major, and why you chose your major. And which class did you like best? Which class did you like least? In any question that an employer asks in an interview, it's really important not to just have a yes or no answer. You need to know why, have a good reason for this answer, and you need to be able to tell a story. Some more interview questions that are helpful to prepare for are behavioral-based questions. These have become very popular with recent college graduates because most of us we might have had an internship or other job experience, but you're not an experienced professional, so they can't ask you as many technical questions. So An example of a behavioral-based question would be to maybe give a specific example of a time when you used good judgment and logic to solve a problem. These questions are really designed to see what skills you possess and what qualities you possess, and see if those match what position they're trying to fill. To prepare for a behavioral interview, recall specific situations where you showed good behavior, such as leadership, teamwork, and initiative. When you're recalling these situations, prepare descriptions, prepare specific details. Details are key. It's important to outline each outcome of the situation as well, and make sure it reflects positively on yourself. Just remember to be specific and be honest when it comes to these kinds of questions. And then lastly, when your interview is done, it's really important to follow up with a thank you within 72 hours. This can be an email or a letter depending on the age of your interviewer. Just remember to prepare for your interview. Practice your interview questions, practice self-assessment, and and just go over in your head what the company's about. And lastly, just remember to be confident, relax, take a deep breath, and hopefully this helped you to be able to ace your interview.